I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm just laying it out there for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I went to AC for the fans. I tried to do something for the fans. It got shut down.
Like COVID.
You guys were contacted in the venue.
I had nothing to do with it, but I tried really hard. But also, I barely tried.
They were on his Discord saying, "Wouldn't it be a shame if people started contacting the venue?" Like I have a screenshot in his Discord where his fans were saying, "Wouldn't it be a shame if we started contacting the venue?" So this is this game that this little fat loser plays where shit goes down, and then after the fact, he tries to spin it like it never happened. And
or then you run into Atlantic City. It's like, I thought we were pals.
Right. Like, he came up to me like a bitch talking about my wife again. Whoa, what's this about your wife? And I told him that he better shut his mouth because
in Atlantic City,
this wasn't the place to start talking about. I was trying to come and have a good time.
Why was he bringing that up? Why was he bringing that up?
Because he is a pathetic loser.
Why would he bring that up in person? He knows you could probably just beat the shit out of him. So was he baiting you?
With a group of people, he was baiting me 100%. And I told him, hey, buddy, if you want to have a conversation about this, let's do it. But right now, let's have a good time with these fans who are here because.
And this is the first or Saturday night.
As soon as I got there by whatever that karaoke bar was, yes, we were right by that bar. He was with a group of people, and he started going, "What happened with your wife? What happened with your wife, bro?" You know, and I was like, hey, you want to talk about this? Do you really want to talk about this? Because this is not the place to really talk about this, but if you want to, let's talk. And that was that. Because you know what? I was there to have a good time. You saw how I was dressed up. Could you imagine if, like you see, I'm standing over this guy, just laying into him, dressed like that? That's not a good look for me, you know? So.
At $20, and you couldn't do the math on that's not enough. And you were gonna bring down Pang Dang, and you were gonna have Ray. You were gonna pay everybody really well. You're a dummy. You can't do math. General studies major.
And
wait, he's making fun of Chad's major. How does he know what Chad's major was?
I think
he looked that up too.
I think it was on his Wikipedia.
That guy's Patrick Melton. He's a bad guy.
Yes.
Who's learned every trick in the book.
We'll edit that out.
Book. Someone emailed, Melton's owning you right now. He owns nobody. He knows what I know, who he is and what he is. And that's why he hates me. That's why he comes after me. Mm-hmm. And another thing about Melton, the car salesman, and that's what he is. He's a car salesman.
None of my cars are for sale. I want to make that clear. Even the Tesla. I'm not afraid of you vandals.
You guys can back me up in AC, KB, Lady KB.
Chad calling for help. KB, back me up. KB, back me up. Red Bar, back me up. Luis J. Gomez, back me up. Guys, back me up.
Yeah.
Back me up.
Meanwhile, this guy does a show called This Little Piggy, where he's got 4 guys on to go after Steel Toe. So, what the fan? Come on.
And he all he mentioned was Lady KB. That's who Chad mentioned. He didn't mention anybody else. But of course, Melton and his loser fans are like, "Oh yeah, Melton's right. Wait, Melton, this hunchback is definitely our leader. We're definitely confirmed as followers of this leader, a hunchback leader." I mean, when you meet Melton, he's so unimpressive as a person in person that you're like, you just kind of you got to pick somebody better as your leader. I mean, I see it if you watch his show, but then when you see him in person, you just gotta be like, we gotta get somebody better. Maybe even a puppet.
It's also called the laws of attraction. So if you're a loser, you find strength in numbers. So if you get involved with the Melton community in Melton, you suddenly find a group of psycho losers who will do dumb things, like go after people's families on the side. So. It all just starts, it self-feeds itself. It's what do they call that?
Self-fulfilling...
prophecy. Thank you.
I've never said he's definitely going to be there. He's welcome to come on This Little Piggy if he comes. Nick doesn't know if he can come. You sound like Pat Dixon the other night. I figured it out. You did?
Melton always laughs at himself. Like he really gets a kick out of himself. But I think he's high right now because usually by this time of the day, he's either, I don't know if he started his show high, but he's definitely high now. That's a fact, Jack.
Who would do such a thing?
You idiot. I invited you and Aaron for one reason and one reason only. You've spent months and months telling people I'm a loser and you would never work with me. And then the minute I offered it, I watched you both run rings around your brain trying to figure out, what would I even do? I'm thinking about it, maybe. Right.
Ray, you did a fake offer, and then Chad did a fake acceptance of your offer. But Melton's got everybody outsmarted. This guy's amazing, and he's going to sell his super tip system as 7 or 8 figures to Microsoft.
It's cut a week before you realized it. The deal was cut the day after the event when you went back to calling me a and I was like, this guy's an idiot. But you, for a week on your show, had fantasies like, oh, I would go there and like make fun of their own. I'm thinking about like, if I do my show there, right.
Wanted me there. He needs to sell tickets. He needs to grift.
Yeah. By the way, you and KB together couldn't sell 60 tickets. Again, I know about 20 of these tickets that were accounted for.
He's talking about me or Lady?
Yeah,
KB?
he's talking about you. That
oh no!
He literally just said KB don't sell tickets.
Oh no! Now I'm ruined again.
Holy shit!
This is a day of ruin. This guy always gets me. Remember he was counting my money last year? He's like, I'm going to stick it to KB.
Right.
I'm going to count his money, and I'm going to expose him. And then he'll have to run over to me and to use my super tip system, and or else I won't stop counting his money. And then I just never stopped. And then he stopped. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stop counting. It didn't work out. You didn't run over to my super tip system, and I never will. Like I said, I'll get a job with Zenhauser delivering food for Grubhub and the other people, Uber Eats.
So it's called wishful thinking in the business. He does a lot of wishful thinking. He thought that if he does this, it'll just stop, that your money will stop. That was his brain. Just kind of like he thinks that if he eats 7 cheeseburgers a night, he won't get fat. He thinks that that's the case, but look at him. You know, he thinks that if he says that he's not a foul comic, that'll suddenly become true. But we all have seen it, Patrick. You have a history of making foul comments over and over and over. You've done songs with Josh Denny. You've made weird comments about steel-toes kids over and over again. We have the video proof, buddy. So you can never run away from this, that we're just making it up. You are a disgusting, filthy, fat foul comic. You make foul jokes. Patrick Melton is a foul comic. So when Chad says it and when I say it, no one's telling any lie. We are just exposing you.
Boob.
So.
Okay. By the way, you did that when you walked into Kevin's hotel room in Atlantic City. Everyone thought you were a boob there, too.
A boob? What is he, from the 1930s? Hey, you're a boob. He's a boob. Huh?
60 people, which seems to be your preferred venue size. You were shaking like a leaf. You were handing out lanyards at this event and shaking like a leaf. We have testimony from Carl's brother and his wife about what a fire you are and how you.
Oh, what? Yeah, Carl's brother and his wife.
A reliable source, a guy who was sitting there bragging about how he was only there to try to things up.
Right.
That's what this source that he's quoting was sitting there saying, I'm just here to cause trouble.
Right.
I'm just a simple man from Rochester with a stupid brother who wants to cause trouble.
His best buddy and who brought his brother there and his wife. But yeah, Carl's brother, yeah, they were an objective witness. I mean, this guy's a hunchback clown. What's a Melton's black eye? I think it's from all the cheeseburgers he eats. Who the knows? But he's got to sit in the dark. Is it dark in that room? Because the lighting's always weird, but I think he tries to hide his hunchback, and also so maybe it's just looks like a black guy. I don't know.
Someone said that maybe one of the little kids fought back.
Oh, come on. You know what you're doing, Stevie, by saying all this? You're basically you're making the fact that Shuli literally is a pedophile network you're kind of like watering it
Okay.
down because to talk about Melton, there's no charges pending there. So again, if he makes inappropriate jokes, but he doesn't have 6,000 images, so that's why I prefer like we not talk about it unless there's some kind of evidence. Because again, at the file network, there's literally evidence.
Yeah, but you could be morally reprehensible and still
It doesn't
legally.
matter. It doesn't matter, but you keep talking about it. It's just like just like we say somebody. It's like saying, Tukey has a hunchback too. No, Melton has a hunchback.
Right. Okay.
Melton has a hunchback. There's other fat people. Liam is not thin, but he doesn't have a hunchback. So to be like, oh, you call another guy a hunchback, it's like, no, Melton has a hunchback.
I will say,
they are the file network. That's a fact.
Okay.
They are the file network. So you keep throwing it around. You're watering down what's really like legitimate charges. People are going to jail.
Okay, two things. I would just like to say
we only have time for one thing.
Well, I'll be quick. I've never called Liam a file. Let's just put that on record. I could have. And two,
why is Liam a file?
I mean, if you like had to pick someone out of a lineup.
Okay, no, we're just talking about what's actually happening.
I'm not. I will never. I agree with your point.
Melton has a hunchback. The shit network is a file network.
All right, I agree with you, and I'll leave
You don't have to agree with me. It's a fact.
I do agree with you, and I will continue to just focus on the Shuli network when it comes to pedophilia. All right.
Melton looks like the bad guy in a Human Centipede too. He does. I've never watched that, but he does. I agree with him anyway.
So I actually know that guy. He's a British actor.
Carl, Shuli, Patrick Melton, all look like they probably have over 6,000 images of Ray's probably going to get Sandusky at the Diddle House. Wow. Ray's going to the Diddle House?
That's breaking news. If that's, I don't
think
that's...
Ray, I'll pay for you. Where is the Diddle House? Florida?
Yeah, I think it's Tampa.
Ray, I'll give you $200 to go to the Diddle House undercover. Work as a mole, because Ray would be perfect down there. Ray could be a spy. Of course, Ray will get up, and then Ray will DeVito everybody. That's That's mostly why I want Ray to go. Because he'll always get up. You know, he even it's like what was that Munson? He almost got Munson by Munson.
From the bowling movie. No, that's from the bowling
Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah.
That's like Ray. Ray would be like, oh, holy shit! I almost DeVito'd myself. Ray DeVito's himself all the time, but like, you gotta keep your distance from Ray DeVito. This guy, you know.
So you think that? Hold on. You think that Ray has been out there, and someone's been like, "Man, I almost got DeVito'd," in front of him. So you're saying that like someone did that to Ray? Where it's like, "Holy shit, I almost got DeVito'd," and he's like, "Excuse me, what did you just say?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I almost got DeVito'd. You don't know what that means?
Yeah, they're talking about it at a comedy club.